Let me start by stating the obvious. Audio Up makes podcasts. Our podcasts, however, are different. Of course, we have people speaking, but our podcasts also include original music, state-of-the-art sound design, Academy, Emmy, Tony, and Grammy award-winning talent, and content generated from our own studios, as well as in conjunction with IP megastars ranging from the likes of Stephen King and James Ellroy to crossover pop music acts like 24K Golden, Machine Gun Kelly, Trippie Redd, and countless others. Before I jump into the more fun stuff, let's explore our core thesis, the nucleus of our strategy in expanding Podcasting 2.0. Our goal is to spin off from our original shows to create IP in the form of the following content verticals: music, including owning, publishing, and masters, TV shows, original film IP, books and graphic novels, live event touring, and merchandise. Everything we do starts with this new media, but is accelerated to create beyond the world of podcast. Let's break down the pieces. Start with our music business. There has never been a better time in the history of the music business to own musical copyrights and song publishing. Don't believe me? Just check the trades. When we created Make It Up As We Go, our country musical with Miranda Lambert, we had 7 original songs as part of our soundtrack offering. When we created In Hell series, we wrote and produced music with our in-house group of producers and writers known as the Audio Chateau. When the dust settled, we had created an incredible podcast soundtrack, which also spawned a top 20 charting rock song from our cast member Machine Gun Kelly. Check it out. We control significant upside on the publishing of this song and the soundtrack writ large. In many cases, we not only control publishing, but also the masters. As you can see, the music part of our business continues to grow with every new property we launch. With the massive and strategic array of Sirius XM channels, we can build an incredible amplification model for the podcasts and surrounding soundtracks. If we factor in Pandora and Stitcher, this gives us an unprecedented advantage over any other major podcast company, music label, and publishers who don't have access to these channels. This fact alone is the Audio Up defendable position in podcasting. But there's more. Our vision for all of our podcasts is to become TV shows and original film IP. Talk shows don't have this capability, but we do. To further this dream along, we're constantly working to develop our music and story capability as an accelerant for our content. We have an incredible array of A-list talent in our world, from Jason Alexander to Anthony Anderson to Miranda Lambert, Trippie Redd, Ian Dior, Billy Bob Thornton, Luke Wilson, Gary Busey, and many, many more. Talented actors and music-minded people who are participating in our digital storytelling economy, collectively sharing the belief that today's podcast is tomorrow's NBC hit series or Netflix streamer. This model is unique to Audio Up. Our music and story people help shape the vision of our content strategy. We see ourselves as the podcast equivalent of the 1940s vertically integrated studio model. But for a new media generation, think Pixar for your ears. Now that you know a bit about our business, let me tell you a little bit about me and my philosophical approach to media and content. Prior to starting this business, I was one of the most awarded composers in the history of television. I achieved this through scale and creativity. I'm seeking to recreate this type of success through the world of podcasting. My approach to music has always been a 360-degree mindset. All music can be monetized beyond the quote-unquote hit song concept. Scale and catalog became the major factor which set my old company Jingle Punks up for success, and in turn made me one of the largest creators of musical copyrights of the past decade. And I plan to do it again for the world of television and podcast IP through the vehicle of Audio Up. Sirius XM is a major part of the how and why we will succeed. Here's how we see the partnership working. Alongside our content vertical is our marketing capabilities. This includes work-for-hire podcasts for brands seeking to enter the world of audio media. Here, we seek to become a major capability of Sirius XM and Pandora. Not only can we tap into brands to amplify all the incredible titles we have, but we seek to become an ideation factory and production arm for brands looking to delve into the exciting new world of audio storytelling. This allows us to ask SiriusXM's array of clients what they want and to successfully bring it to life. Aside from the obvious made-to-order podcast model, we create original songs, live events, and publishing assets that come into play in a specific way that the world of podcasting 1.0 cannot and does not contemplate. Our union can create a unique relationship that puts Sirius XM Radio further into the custom branding business and the IP business, as well as the lucrative publishing and masters business, all at once. This model is going to be extremely innovative for the space. we have an opportunity to prove the podcast model in a much deeper and meaningful way than others in the space. Many podcasts live and die on the CPM audience model. We do not. Talent should be used in a passive way to prop up our main dish, not be the main dish itself. When talent walks, the value of the content essentially drops to nothing. At Audio Up, we look at IP as the star of our universe. The value is in the podcast itself and our collective problem-solving capabilities for songs, stories, and brands. The publishing, masters, television value, touring value, and brand value all spins off from the center. If you need a case study, please look no further than our favorite imaginary country music act, Uncle Drank. Our podcast, The Ballad of Uncle Drank, stars Gary Busey, Nelly, Luke Wilson, and Blanco Brown. We truly believe this could be the next King of the Hill or Dave. By the way, did you know I discovered and signed Little Dicky when he was an employee at a San Francisco ad agency? But I digress. Uncle Drank, like Little Dicky, can become a $20 million a year music, touring, and television business if we amplify it properly across the Sirius XM, Stitcher, and Pandora universe. Here's the theory. We are creating virtual characters to amplify IP. Uncle Drank, as a virtual artist, must do everything we ask. Well, he can't say no because he doesn't exist. Collectively, our music team and Content Hub has written and produced music for artists like Brad Paisley, Bob Dylan, Dierks Bentley, Miranda Lambert, Nelly, 24K Golden, Machine Gun Kelly, and DJ Khaled. We are aiming to do what EDM DJ Marshmello has accomplished by amplifying our IP via a character or avatar. Plus, you add in the storylines of music, and you have a brand new formula for success. The next level for the Uncle Drank podcast would be a television series. Plus, we have already secured a record deal through Warner Music for the Uncle Drank soundtrack. This in itself is an innovation, signing an imaginary country act from a podcast that does not yet exist to a real-life record deal. Uncle Drank is the tip of the iceberg, and there's much, much more below. This is the synergistic model we hope to bring to life with Sirius XM as our partner. Audio Up and Sirius XM have the ability to reach all of these goals together, especially when IP is the star. This is Podcasting 2.0. This is Audio Up.